it's already out. So you want to pull it back this way, put the head out towards it, and shove the head in through first, gently working your way through. If you can get the next leaf in there, it'll help just. Now we're gonna head out to the pergola, which is the jungle garden this year. Out here at the pergola, we have this volunteer sunflower in the driveway. I've been trying to keep alive until it finishes its bloom, but it keeps getting knocked over. I have it wedged up with some stones. It's a nice little sunflower for the front of this pergola. I love having volunteers pop up in really nice places. So starting off here at the entrance to the pergola, I do want to put a bench swing in here and a hammock on either side. But we have the elephant in here, a peony finishing up. Red trumpet vine I have on the corner here just keeps dropping volunteers all over the place. So I've been giving them away, and I'm trying to think of other things to do with them. Might be able to train one into a tree or something. We have this purple passion flower, passion vine, hasn't flowered yet, but it did survive the winter, and it's coming back up this left post with the honeysuckle on the right post, still blooming beautifully. I'm trying to get it to get all the way to the top, and it's looking pretty good. On the right side, the silver lace vine is just beautifully draping over this arch. You come in here, you're greeted by the pink lily and the rooster, but this pink lily is so fragrant and beautiful. It is definitely one of the most fragrant flowers we have here on the property after the peonies are done. But I'm waiting for this little stem. See how this stem just has 4 buds on it? I'm waiting for this one to open, and I'll make a nice little flower arrangement with this one. I didn't want to use this one because it's just got all the flowers on it, and I planted it to bloom in this location, so I don't want to cut it. But since I have this smaller side shoot, I'll be able to cut this one off and leave a nice big beautiful flower blooming here. Speaking of big and beautiful, this blue leaf echinacea is just huge. It is over probably 7 feet tall. Look at the cobs on this thing. Those are 5-inch cobs right there. This massive flower this is. And beautiful too. Should have took one of these to the cut flower show, but wasn't really sure where to cut it, honestly. I didn't want to cut like a whole 7-foot stalk, but they wanted 2 leaves, and I don't know. I didn't know where to cut this one, and I figured it was kind of on its way out. It's not the most beautiful right now or vibrant, so I just wanted to leave it here, let it live out the rest of its life right behind the silver lace vine. It looks beautiful. All the volunteer calendula down here looking good. We do have the gourds that are growing and popping up. Where's he going? Right there. We'll get this one actually trained to the trellis right now. Pop it right through. Just shoot it to the other side, let it keep on trucking. On the back side of the pergola, we have some sunflowers, the elephant ear, and then we have a bunch of tomatoes, blueberries tomatoes, that are putting on a ton of fruit. And got the eggplant here. It has a flower bud on it. Not sure if it'll produce the eggplant or not, but it is trying. What is this? Look at this little bug. Got black aphids all over it, plus this weird looking snail slug cross. Got a hybrid out here. Not sure what that is. You can see here how I'm training the vines to the pergola, just in and out, weaving them back and forth, and they'll attach and climb. Their tendrils will start spinning around the lattice, and they'll hold on tight to the lattice and climb all the way to the top. Just have to come in here every day and give them a little nudge. Don't have to do much for them. You don't want to bend them too far too quickly, but just every day come in, give them a little nudge, and they'll do the rest for you. Here's one of those orange bud aphids. One of those things, you just want to gently squish them. Doesn't take much to kill them, but you don't want to hurt your plant while you're doing it. For this one, you can see they grow fast. It's already out, so you want to pull it back this way, put the head out towards it, and shove the head in through first, gently working your way through. If you can get the next leaf in there, it'll help just hold it on that side, and then it'll start climbing up the other side. We check this last one, got another aphid. But yeah, you just want to help it out a little bit. It's no worries. Down below, the Mexican sour gherkin, it needs a lot more help. You would have to come through here and get these to attach a lot more often, plus there's a ton more vines to them. So it takes a little bit more effort with the Mexican sour gherkin. And then you got weeds coming up through. You want to get those out. All right, we also have a gourd popping up here that's a little bit small to be flowering. I'm not sure why it has a flower on it. We'll get rid of that flower because don't need to waste energy. It's way too small. It's got to get up before it starts flowering. To the side of the pergola, we have a beautiful hedge of calla lilies this year. I got these in late, but they are blooming beautifully anyway. That way I'm able to come through here and take some of these cut flowers without actually feeling like I'm taking too many, because I have a nice large hedge of calla lilies. So take one, there's a lot more coming. I don't even remember which squash or gourd this is. Feels like a gourd vine. So this one, I gotta get it off my calla lily, but I'm trying to get that just to sprawl and fill in as a ground cover in there, as well as this one here that is getting outside its boundaries. Turn that back around, let it keep on going. Got another beautiful grouping of this pink lily. This one is just gorgeous, has so many different heads to it. Next to the pink echinacea or purple coneflower, has a volunteer sunflower right in front of it, but that's sometimes what nature does. I would like that sunflower to be a little over to the side and not block my flower, but that's a volunteer, so just have to deal with it. The Amsonia is looking gorgeous. It's a nice filler flower at this point since it's not going to bloom anymore. It's done for the season, but it still has really nice soft fern-like textures. The elephant ear in the front helps lend itself to the jungle theme out here, but I'm still working on it. Once the pergola gets covered with the big leaves and the gourds, it'll look a lot better for the jungle theme, but I still think it's working out pretty well. We have the glads in here. We have a yellow one that's blushing. We have a nice big thistle. Gotta get that out of here. But look at that. It is covered in aphids. So this thistle is acting as a trap crop right now. And you can see how beautiful my gladiolas are because they're not getting attacked. Volunteer tulip poplar, just massive, 10-inch leaves. I'll be moving this somewhere, but it's just doing really great right where it is. We have the dark leaf hydrangea. I think this is a black suit or something. Dark angel maybe. But that's doing pretty well. It doesn't have any blooms on it yet, but it's getting bigger. This is blooming though. This is the firelight hydrangea, and it is gorgeous. Got nice big blooms on it. I'm thinking about doing an underwater arrangement with one of these because hydrangeas are supposed to be very good for being in a submerged arrangement. And I got the variegated feather reed grass. Adds good texture too. So it is a little weedy, but I think it's looking really good going through this garden here. And that trumpet vine on the corner, just looking massive and gorgeous. It did have some blooms on it this year, so it'll be dropping more seeds, but I want to try and get this to train out around this way and make another little draping arch for this pathway. What are you doing, pup? You want to check on the turkey? Oh, the turkey are in the shed brooder now. It's raining, buddy. We got to get this tour done. Come on. The driveway is looking pretty good. The daylilies are just finishing up, but the hostas are blooming beautifully. So we go down, we have the orange and the purples, which is just a nice color scheme for me. Got the little makeshift turkey run out. I throw the turkey in there during the day so that they can get some foraging time. And the yellow maple's looking really nice as well this year. Before we get to the food forest, we'll take a look in here because the tree marigold is starting to bloom. This is the Tithonia maximus or something. It's a tree marigold or a bamboo marigold. It has a bunch of different names. Mexican sunflower I think is one of them as well, but it's a perennial, herbaceous perennial, and it spreads pretty good. You can see kind of a miniature bamboo habit in here, and it'll get really tall. This will easily reach 10 feet tall. It's definitely not done stretching by any means, but it is putting on some blooms, so it's going to be a nice yellow scheme back here. And I think this is definitely one of the last daylily blooms here for the hedge on the back side. We'll come into the island garden real quick and see what's blooming besides this beautiful hydrangea. This one's either the little lime or this one's the firelight. I get this one confused with the other one. And wait, no, this is the quickfire. I just saw the tag. So this is the quickfire hydrangea, and look at that. It's beautiful. It just has the red coming in. We have another Shasta daisy over here next to the red maple. It's putting on a lot of blooms. I did prune back the coreopsis, so it's putting on its next flush. You can see all the buds coming in, looking good. And on the off the pathway, we have another hedge of calla lilies that are coming into bloom, looking beautiful. You go to the pathway, and then we have a new color right here, which is a peachy orange. It's like a peachy cream one. It's the only one I have of this color, and they're all over here. We have 3 of them. So these ones are looking really nice this year. Got the calla lilies blooming and the hostas blooming right now, making the island look really nice. Got the bird bath filled up, and we have more hostas blooming going down this other side. If I got the weeds out, we have a lot of thistle in here. You can see the hostas are putting on a very beautiful show. We also have more daylilies. A couple different colors of daylilies in here. That's a beautiful purple one. Goes well with the purple hostas. And then this one, let's take a look, is a lot darker and deeper. And then we have a nice pale yellow, which yellow and purple always go together. We have daylilies all across the front. That one's in between blooms. And we have hostas all the way down the line. And then we have a Lucifer crocosmia because the hummingbirds love this plant. And so do I. This is one of the cut flowers that I sent into the competition. So we'll see if it does any good. More big beautiful hosta with a blue sea iridium right behind it. Backside of the pond looks really nice. Off the corner here, the ash tree is trying to put on some berries. That's the furthest along it's ever gotten. We'd love to see some red berries on this thing, but it just never produces. Now we'll jump into the food forest real quick and check on some of the tomatoes. We do have some brandywines putting on some fruit. They're not getting consistent water or water at all, so that's why they're going a lot slower. We have some volunteer borage, which is supposed to be a good companion plant for tomatoes, and you can eat the little blue flowers. They have a mild taste of cucumber, which can be refreshing if you're looking for it. Volunteer morning glory blooming right here. I'm going to try and train all the way over to this empty trellis, so make use of that morning glory. Ooh, must have a robin nesting in my nectarine tree. Ooh, she got eggs in there too. So that's doing good. Nectarine's not producing any fruit this year, but it might produce some baby robins. And then we have some more volunteer sunflowers here, and then some sunflowers that I planted in the potato row here. The potatoes are doing amazing. I am done hilling them though, because I'm tired of hilling them. I hill them up all the way to the top, and then they grow right through it immediately. So I did hill 4 or 5 times pretty thickly, so hopefully that's going to be enough. They should be going to flower here soon. Yep, right there. We have tiny little flower clusters in there, so they will be flowering here soon. Bug. 2 weeks after they flower, they'll be ready to harvest. So this 100 feet of potatoes is coming along really nice. I haven't been watering them real crazy, so we'll see what we get out of them. Might be a bunch of small potatoes, but either way, I like my potatoes. So look at these. Look how long this is sticking up out of the mulch here. How am I supposed to hill that with straw? The other little section's doing really well as well, and the sunflowers get a lot more sun over here, so they're doing a lot better too. I think next year I'm going to build a 2-foot fence on the outside and the inside, so both long edges of the rows. That way whenever I hill this with straw, it'll help hold it in instead of kind of matting down and flowing out the sides. So we'll see that next year. I might do that, kind of make a raised bed out of chicken wire or something just to hold in all the straw. Check out the currant bushes. You can see the deer have eaten all the tops of my currants, but we have currants. So we have some red currants that are all ripe in here. Just very little, just a few of them. Hey puppy. But this is a young garden, so we're just getting these started, and it is nice to see any amount of fruit coming from them. These are the sweet potatoes, and we are doing a lot better than we did last year with these. The deer came and ate a little bit of them, but not too much. They're able to recover and keep going, so hopefully we'll be able to get something out of these this year. Coming over to some bell peppers. We are getting some peppers on here. They're getting bigger each day. There's a nice 2 on here. Oh, 3, 4. There's 4 on this little one plant. Well, that's a big one in there. That's almost ready to go. That's a nice pepper on that one. Oh yeah, these are all producing peppers. Ooh, look at this banana pepper. It is covered. Getting heavy too. For a small plant, that's looking nice and healthy out here in the food forest. That one's covered too. This one is covered, but it is, these are serrano peppers, so they're gonna be hotter. Oh, cayenne, I'm dumb. So we have cayenne peppers all over these two for the hot factor, and then we have bananas in there for the flavor. Grass in there. Checking on the wigwam. These are the better boys, and you can see I need to get some ties over here and secure these up. 4 tomatoes might have been a little much for this area of the wigwam. I could have just planted 1 on here, but we'll see how these do. These need a little bit of water, because if we get the heavy rain we're supposed to tomorrow, these are all probably going to split. They're not quite close to ripeness, but I know we've just been so dry lately that these aren't ready for a heavy rain. So I'm going to get these tied up today, and then I'll be able to water them in and get them pre-started on the water before the heavy rain comes. Coming down the berry row, we have a bunch of blackberries that are, ooh, one's ripe. That is a ripe blackberry. I'm going to go ahead and take that. We have some bird damage on that one, but these berries are coming into ripeness. This is a volunteer blackberry, and it's already producing as well. Look at that cluster. All right, that's gonna be all for this one. If you enjoy coming around the gardens with me and Echo, then subscribe down below for more garden tours. If you want to see how the gardens are being built and created, then go down in the description below, check out all our other channels so you can get all the content coming out from Whitt Acres. I also have an Instagram channel. It has a lot of pictures from around the property that I just can't capture in video. You can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching.